All right, everyone. Kanye and Nickfuentes walk into a bar. It's a little tiki bar in the Mar-a-Lago. Yes, link in the description, archived, of course. All hell has broken loose on the internet. This is like the main story at the moment. I think Kanye, Nickfuentes, Trump, and Mar-a-Lago are all trending at the same time worldwide at the moment. So it's significant. Doesn't need to be, but it's definitely being talked about by the legacy media because it gives easy fodder to attack Trump. Oh my God, Donald Trump admired Nickfuentes, and he's a Nazi. To be clear, Nickfuentes is not actually joining the Jackboot Club. Neither is Kanye. The concept that he's like, he's going to come out with a Hitler uniform is amusing. You'll notice, and here's a tie-in. Have you heard of the term star killers? The idea that Hollywood axes its various stars for having various opinions they don't like, especially if they happen not to go to private islands to sleep with 16-year-olds or something like that. It's interesting. There's a little bit of a tie-in to Kanye and Nickfuentes and others with that. So Star Whackers, I think it was called. I can't remember exactly. It was that dude who looks sort of like Santa Claus who coined that term. Can't remember exactly his name. There's probably a reason for this. Anyway, I would like to talk about this from a different perspective. Legacy media is all, oh God, a Nazi was hosted at the Mar-a-Lago, and this conspiracy theorist, anti-Semite, evil Kanye, who we tried to cancel, and it's just not happening. Why do I get a feeling that there's something fishy going on here? Let's put two and two together, and I'm not going to, do the names and make objective statements thing here, so I'll have to be a little bit couth, maybe. I'll have to be a little bit couched in my terminology because defamation suits are a thing. You've got a group of people, Milo is also adjacent to this, who have been massively cancel cultured. So Nickfuentes has been banned off every mainline platform. By the way, hopefully Twitter unsuspends him because under Elon Musk's poll, Vox Populi, he should be restored. He didn't do anything illegal, but he was persecuted by the feds. They came gunning for him and, insinuated that maybe he did something illegal involved with the J6 insurrection and, probably threatened to throw him in jail. I think they had a problem with his crypto, too, at one point. I can't exactly remember. Milo has been mass cancel cultured. He's not capable of being on most mainline platforms again, Twitter accepted at this point. They formed separate networks. They've been managing to make a living. Milo and Nick and some of these others are sort of adjacent to one another in a component of the meme lord content creation club. All of a sudden they're palling around with Kanye, who has also been massively persecuted. Again, he makes comments about a certain group of people that controls the businesses and they really fucked me over. And all of a sudden, as proof that that's not capable of being the case, he gets massively fucked over by his bank and by the companies invested in him and things like that. Really proving Kanye's point. This is rather unfortunate that they decided to go down that route instead of just reprimanding him or something like that for his offensive comments. When these people all get together, and it appears they're forming some sort of bizarre presidential campaign or something, can I ask a rhetorical question? I'll base it off of this. Trump is likely to be the Republican nominee in 2024. Biden, by then, will be reigning over an economy that is likely to be far more in shambles than it was in this previous election. The Democrats already lost the popular vote by a wide margin, barely holding on to the Senate in the process. The GOP still took the House. MAGA still managed to pick up a bunch of seats, especially at lower levels. Again, honking aside, Republican red wave turning into trickle aside, meme it up and whatever, etc., etc. If you go into 2024 with a wrecked economy, a near depression conditions, with Biden at the helm or Kamala at the helm adjacent to him, or anyone else that's associated with his admin, or even a Democrat in general would still be tarnished by the economic situation. GOP would be saying, we told you so, let's try again because, we could have stopped this, and that'll be their main selling point. And Trump happens to be running. There are plenty of people in the country that will never vote for Trump. Trump derangement syndrome runs very deep. The legacy media right now is trying to do a news lockout, so the only time they talk about Trump is when this sort of thing happens, when they can call him a Nazi or a rapist or something like that. They have effectively blocked him off every mainline platform other than Twitter, although I suspect he will begin using it again. They are trying to do a shutout. Even despite all of this, though, in 2024, in my opinion, Trump as the presumptive nominee, and their separate attack is to AstroTurf DeSantis in there, but we'll see whether he takes the bait stupidly and blunders his way into the race or not. It would be close. Trump would have a legit chance against any Democrat, assuming the economic conditions are as bad as they're likely to be. You have practically ground warfare going on right now in Arizona over their shitty voting system. You have attempts to reform the system in other states that now, in some cases, are run by Republicans. Defortification continues, and and then there are a lot of Republicans who are saying, hey, now we'll start harvesting ballots too. God, Scott Pressler alone could probably grab up 100,000 of them, him and his volunteers. If they focus on just a handful of states while doing so and don't just randomly target everywhere in the country, like don't bother with Florida, that's a lost cause for the left at this point. It would be close, very close. They are worried about Donald Trump becoming president again. What better way to stop him than to carve off maybe 5-10% of the dedicated core MAGA voters by casting him off as somebody who's not extreme enough? Somebody who ignored the censored masses. What better way to do that? And you can meme it up because some of them have a big online presence. Maybe not on the mainline internet, but in the memosphere, on the 4chans and cozies of the world. They basically reign supreme. What better possible way to try to stop Trump 2024? You can't do it with neolibs. The TDS sufferers within the GOP can limit the damage, but they can't outright stop him without crippling their own political careers in the process. They're like, hey, we need some auxiliaries here. Jesus Christ, what are we going to do? So you get someone who can self-fund, who surrounds himself with the outcast meme lord club to run what effectively is a joke independent campaign, but you meme it up. Trump will go more mainline. He'll be more calm, potentially, more demure, because he has to be, or he feels he has to be. So then you get someone who out-Trumps Trump, so to speak, to drain all the energy out of the room. I'm just saying that would be a pretty good strategy now, wouldn't it? And all of these people could have been offered some sort of deal because they were all legally persecuted. The same network of government, big tech, celeb sort of Hollyweird shit persecuted all of these individuals. It's like a who's who list of who has been star-whacked. How very interesting. Something smells a little bit fishy with this, and I am not the only one getting a little bit suspicious about this particular nexus. And about the fucking campaign ad that Kanye is putting out. Sorry, not sorry, still voting Trump. That's about all. Peace out.